Hey guys, I didn't even see you there. Andrew Kornfeld here. Been doing a little bit of light reading, you could say, on cellular and molecular biology. And I've been thinking about how every single page of this book outlines how healing from inflammatory bowel disease is possible. It's because of the self-organizational nature of biology and the self-healing nature of biology, how all of these different molecular players come together in order to form a symphony, a harmony, a greater organism, a greater organization. And that's what we see in this textbook. My name is Andrew Kornfeld, and I have been in remission from Crohn's disease for 10 years, okay? And we right now are pre-launching and giving you an opportunity to pre-enroll in the most comprehensive and revolutionary program for inflammatory bowel disease, for Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, microscopic colitis, indeterminate colitis, and the program is called Systema IBD. In a few short months, we will be launching an incredible and, like I said, revolutionary health company that will address a myriad of chronic health conditions called Systema Health. However, I am giving you an opportunity right now to pre-enroll in Systema IBD months earlier than everyone else. And I want to tell you a little bit about this program. I want to tell you a little bit about why I think it could change the course of your IBD and help you to take advantage of this program right now. So let me tell you a little bit about just the results that we've had. I've been working in the area of inflammatory bowel disease, working with people with Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, etc., for the last 5 years. And we have seen incredible results. We did a scientific study and we were able to demonstrate how the average calprotectin, which is a measure of inflammation, was able to go down significantly, 700%. That's quite a lot. And we know that calprotectin can vary quite a lot, but this result is a very significant result. I want you to just take a moment right now, and I want you to imagine what your life could be like if you didn't have all of the symptoms associated with inflammatory bowel disease. If you weren't running to the bathroom every second, if you weren't frantically looking, mapping out every toilet on your way to a trip that you were on so you could attend family events. You didn't have the fatigue that's associated with this condition, or abdominal cramping, or all of the other comorbid conditions, pain, depression, anxiety. I know this all too well because I have worked with hundreds of people with inflammatory bowel disease and spoken with thousands more. And obviously this comes from my personal experience. I want to tell you a little bit about my story and how this came to be, and how essentially I achieved remission from Crohn's disease. I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease when I was young. I was 16 years old. I didn't know what was wrong with me. It was terrifying. My hair was falling out. I was losing tremendous amounts of weight. I was, about 100 pounds. And, that's a decent 40 pounds under of what I am now, which is my healthy weight. And I was put on, finally I was diagnosed. I was put on intensive immunosuppressive drugs. And they didn't really fully work for me, unfortunately. I wasn't fully able to get into remission, and I had a lot of side effects from these old kind of powerful immunosuppressive drugs that aren't even used anymore. And it wasn't until after I graduated college, until after I had taken my molecular biology course, and until I started to have a realization about what would be possible. But before even that, I got into a severe flare with essentially even while I was on these immunosuppressive drugs. And I tried everything. Nothing was working. I was faced with more biologics. I was faced with surgery. It was really, a tremendous task. And it's something that I look back at as something that was really, really scary and terrifying to me. But I looked through the scientific literature. I used my knowledge of biology, and I started to notice that there was a myriad of different interventions that the scientific literature that my doctors had not told me about. And, I loved my doctors, but they hadn't mentioned that diet, lifestyle, all of these factors were an option. And I started to go through an intense process. And I realized that it wasn't just about what I was taking out of my diet, but it was about what I was incorporating, when I was eating, what was the texture of the food. All of these different factors mattered. I saw, just the coordination of my entire health team managing my gastroenterologist. And I saw, I spent thousands of dollars on functional doctors and integrative doctors, and they just seemed to kind of throw a lot of supplements at me. However, I did notice that the supplements that worked the best for me were the ones that had the most scientific evidence behind them. And slowly, over the course of time, trial and error process, reducing stress, being very careful with my diet, I was able to go from 20 bowel movements a day down to 15, down to 10. My energy was coming back, and I was actually able to come off this medication. Now, what I want to tell you is that this was 10 years ago. This was in 2014. It is now 2024. And there is so much more evidence to support exactly what happened with me and how I was able to achieve remission without being on intensive immunosuppressive drugs or biologics at this point. And again, all of this is outlined in my cellular biology textbook. All of the answers have been sitting in front of us with the beauty of molecular biology this whole time. I think what I want to tell you about Systema IBD and what I have realized in working with hundreds of people with inflammatory bowel disease, and again, talking to thousands more, is that every single person is different. We are all different human beings. We have different needs, different wants. And that is the big thing that I want to tell you, is that there are many ways to achieve remission from Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis or microscopic colitis or indeterminate colitis. There's not just one way to do this. And it's really about remission on your terms. Maybe that you're someone who does value being on medication. This is a program that we understand all of the different frontline medications. Maybe you're someone who doesn't want to be on medications and you want to come off them and you want to be able to effectively communicate with your gastroenterologist. Maybe you want to be able to incorporate a different type of food or something that you haven't been able to eat historically. Well, we can work towards that. It's not like we're going to be able to incorporate that necessarily right away if you know that it bothers you. But over time, the whole goal is for you to live an incredible, normal, amazing life. And what I want to say about Systema IBD and why it's different is that we are going to work with you until you achieve your goals. And, sometimes our goals are very different, but I will be with you personally, and my team will be with you at every single step of this journey. If things are getting rough or things are difficult, we will lean in with you to help you design that protocol, to help you navigate the healthcare system, design incredible diets, work through all of the science that underpins different supplements and herbs, or essentially looks at all of the different interventions that are possible and weighs them and helps you to go through a strategic process to see what's working and what's not. And, it's not just me. You don't have to take my word for it. We could go all day about all the people that have changed their life and have achieved remission in this program. You can think of Courtney. She had been suffering for 17 years when she joined the program, and she's really an incredible story of inspiration, was on Remicade, made some enormous life changes, and she had a bunch of different comorbid conditions with her Crohn's disease, and she's now in remission from her Crohn's disease and is now able to thrive daily. Or we can think about Nikki. Nikki was on several biologics. She was literally pretty much ready for a total colectomy when she came into the program, and she was able to heal her colon. It was like the worst colon they'd seen, and she had a calprotectin of 8,000. Now the calprotectin is completely normal. It's like, very close to zero right now. And that is an impressive, amazing result. And this is just over the course of a year being in this program, where we can talk about Haley, who was on the maximum dose of Remicade. She was on multiple immunosuppressive drugs, was constantly, using prednisone. Sometimes she even had to lose her prednisone prescription in order to get her doctor to prescribe her more, because that was the only thing that was working. And she went through the strategic process that we put forward in the program to see which dietary interventions were working, see which supplements and herbs, to learn the material, and she was able to heal. So what I am offering you today on here is a chance to join Systema IBD months before everyone else. And I want to give you the opportunity to talk to me one-on-one in an admissions call. You're not going to talk to one of my staff. I will talk to you personally during this, 3-4 month period right now before we officially launch. And, I guess during the admissions call, I'll go into that in a second, but I want to tell you really why Systema IBD works, okay? And what is the mechanism behind this, behind this program. I touched on this before, but it's really a multidimensional effort. There's no silver bullet. If you meet anyone who tells you that they have the ultimate diet for inflammatory bowel disease, or that, they know exactly the type of magical supplement or you have some sort of meditation or prayer practice that's going to heal you, you should run. And that's the truth, because this condition takes a multidimensional effort, just like my molecular and cellular biology textbook, that piece by piece, we put this together, okay? It's not going to be just one thing that comes. And so we put forward a multidimensional effort, and we go through a strategic process using incredible tools of the program like the Remission Master Plan, the Adaptive Dietary Framework, all of these different parts that are going to allow you to go through this process and to help you heal. I think also it's important for us to just go back to the biology one more time. And, one reason that this condition is not addressed by the mainstream healthcare system, and frankly, by the integrative healthcare system either sometimes, is because there's a lack of understanding of the molecular mechanisms of this condition. And we often treat it like an autoimmune condition, but it's well known, even your gastroenterologist knows that this is officially not an autoimmune condition. Inflammatory bowel disease, Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, etc., is an auto-inflammatory condition. And essentially, the microbiome, different bacterial species of the microbiome, are leaking across the barrier, that first layer of cells, into an area called the lamina propria. And when they get to the lamina propria, there's an immune response. So in a autoimmune condition, what we're seeing is just the body is attacking healthy tissue, okay? It's just attacking healthy tissue. But in inflammatory bowel disease, it's actually responding to food particles, to bacterial organisms that have leaked and have gone into the wrong area. And so just providing immunosuppression and just stopping the inflammation is not enough. And that's why there's a 4-step process in Systema IBD. Stop the inflammation, modulate the microbiome, nourish the microbiome, and repair the barrier. And you'll find out all about that and how we work through that mechanism. We work in the area. One reason why we are called Systema is because the philosophy underlying our program is in systems thinking. And also I have a background in neuroscience, so we can consider this concept of neuroplasticity and the brain's ability to change, and frankly, the body's ability to heal and the body's ability to change as well. And in this program, we will turn you into an IBD Jedi Master. That is what I want to do. I'm going to teach you about this condition, and we are going to find a protocol working with your mainstream healthcare team, with your integrative team, and use tools, like I said, like the Remission Master Plan and the Adaptive Dietary Framework, which is the most advanced dietary framework, the least dogmatic dietary framework on the face of the planet, in order to help you. And so I want to talk to you about this. I want to get on the phone with you. I want you to apply for admissions call, so you can click the button below and you can talk to me. The first thing we're going to do on an admissions call is that I want to get to know you. I want to understand your IBD. I want to understand what's been working for you, what hasn't. I want to understand your struggles in every way. And I never try to pretend I know exactly what you're going through, but I have talked to thousands of people with inflammatory bowel disease. I really understand this condition inside and out, and really what we go through as IBDers. So that's the first thing. The second thing is I want to define what success looks like for you, because success is different for every single person. And I want to make sure that we can help you achieve that success. What are your dreams? What do you want to be doing? Are you working the job you want? What's going on in your family? What are your goals? Do you want to have a family one day? Do you want to retire early one day, etc.? All of these things play in. And then the last thing is, if I think you're a fit for the program, I will give you an offer of admission to be part of Systema IBD. And I promise you that I do not give an offer to every single person, because I want to make sure that your current situation, what you're going through, matches up with essentially your goals, what success looks like for you, and that we can achieve that. I will not give you an offer of admission to be part of Systema IBD if I do not think you can radically succeed here. And honestly, that's why the success rate is so high here too. It's not like, we're doing magic in every type of way. We're doing science, and I am giving offers to people who are fit for the program, who are ready to learn, who are ready to understand, who are ready to go through this strategic process together that's not just a snap of the fingers, that takes time and effort. And over the course of several months, I believe that if you are given an offer of admissions here, you will profoundly heal. So listen, This is your opportunity to become part of our family. I'll explain the whole program to you, to be part of an incredible community, to be part of incredible calls that we can jump on, to be part of a revolutionary curriculum that helps you understand, like I said, the science, all of the latest treatments. We have read every scientific paper about this condition pretty much, and my team has stayed up to date on all of this, and really just part of a larger movement and part of, being part of a group of the most advanced and revolutionary IBDers on the face of the planet. These are some of the most loving, courageous, smartest people I have ever met in my life. It doesn't matter if you're a high-powered CEO, if you're an everyday Joe, if you're a teacher or you're a nurse. We have a lot of health professionals in this program. It's a lot about putting ourselves first sometimes and being able to prioritize our health. So listen, please click the button below. Okay, I want to talk to you on an admissions call. I want to be able to help you achieve remission from this condition. It would be an honor to speak to you and understand what you're going through and to really profoundly help you heal. So check out the page below, schedule with me. I'll talk to you and we can achieve remission together, be part of the community, and be part of Systema IBD. Thank you.